You can now build and send custom emails directly from your Ply features. This is a really game-changing feature that opens up a lot of possibilities for Ply portals, allowing you to send beautifully designed emails packed with dynamic data from your workflow. In this video, I'm going to give you a complete overview of how it works, including how to create and manage templates, how to dynamically map data into your emails, sending options, and more. Let's get into it. So for this video, I'm building an example portal that lets clients of a marketing agency export and download custom campaign reports. Very quickly, how it works is the customer enters their email here. Ply checks Airtable to identify the correct customer based on their email and pulls in a Google Sheets link where all of their campaign data is stored. At the next interface, the customer has the option to select the campaign or campaigns they want to review and the data points they want to export in a custom CSV file. Below is some Ply magic that actually processes the campaign data, filters it, and produces a CSV file URL ready to send to the customer. Here is the point at which I can build in the email send functionality directly inside the Ply workflow using this send an email action. Emails are put together by using a template. This is where you define the content and look of your email, as well as the pieces of dynamic content that will be filled with data from your workflow on each send. If I click on Change Template, this opens up the Email Templates Manager, where you can select templates you've created or used in your workspace before, or from our gallery of templates. You can see that there are a bunch of useful ones available out of the box that can be used for all kinds of scenarios, like sending a status update on a project, an order confirmation email, sending digital assets like ebooks, the list goes on. So yes, while you can already automatically send one-to-one emails in Ply via Gmail, these email templates are going to be much more useful for business processes that involve transactional emails across your organization. They are super customizable and when fully designed will look really great for your customers. Of course, you can edit any of these default templates exactly to your liking, but right now I'll actually just show you how to create one from scratch and quickly demonstrate how email building works. I'll click Create a Template, give it a name, and click Edit. Now this type of screen should be quite familiar for anyone who's used email marketing tools before. This is a simple but really powerful editor that lets you put together emails by adding blocks. I won't go into all of the details of how to edit and design emails here, but this builder really gives you a lot of flexibility. So you'll definitely be able to make beautiful looking emails, much nicer than the one I'm about to throw together pretty quickly. I'll start by quickly configuring some default style options in the body section here, like giving this email a light grey background color and a default font of Helvetica. At the moment, I have a single full width column here, but you can also have different column types which let you put multiple content blocks in a row. I'll give this column a white background color. Now I just need to add content blocks. So I'll start with an image block, which of course can be the logo of my made up company. Next, I'll have a quick heading saying, "Good news, your report is here." And I'll add an emoji. Below, I'll add a text block, and here is where I want some dynamic content, like the first name of the customer. To define dynamic content in your template, you just need to use double curly brackets. And inside you can give it a label, like here I'm writing first_name in the middle. Later on, we can configure the data we want to map here when we send an email. Of course, you can map the same content in multiple places, using the same label in curly brackets. And yes, you can use dynamic content in images and links too. It works in the exact same way. The possibilities of using dynamic data here are really limitless. The beauty of Ply means you can pull in data from anywhere in your tech stack, manipulate it and process it in your workflows, and use that output in your emails. Just as an example, I could level up this whole feature by adding a previous step in my workflow that could send the newly exported campaign data to an OpenAI assistant and ask the AI to analyze the data based off the benchmarks that we've given it. Then we can plug in that returned AI output into this email with a simple dynamic field called something like AI output. We won't get too carried away building something like that now, so let's keep it simple and instead say here, click below to download your report. And here I'll put curly brackets, report name. Later on, we can define exactly how that report name is defined. Below, I'll say the team at customer company name can always reach out if they have any questions. I've added this because I know I've already got the company name data from my Airtable step earlier in the workflow. Now I'll add a button, type in download now, and as I mentioned earlier, dynamic content fields work the same for images and URLs. So for the button URL, I'll just type curly brackets, download URL, which will map in the workflow. Lastly, I'll just add some more text as a sign off from the team, And for good measure, I'll open up the images section and search for a good stock image of my made up team. Great, I'll save this template and return to the send an email action. If I scroll to the bottom, you can see Ply has recognized the dynamic content fields we outlined in the template. So this is where we actually map the right data. So for the first name field, I can simply plug in the name data I pulled in from my Airtable step, and the same thing goes for the company field. For the report name, I can define something personalized with a mix of hard-coded and dynamic data. So I'll call it campaign update, then I'll plug in the company name, and then I'll plug in the date that the feature was run. For the download link, I can plug in the CSV URL from the previous step here. Finally, I'll just go over the sending options. Depending on which plan you're on, you have the option to either minimize the Ply branding or completely white label it. The same goes for this default link for reporting issues. The subject line can be typed in here, and again, dynamic data can be used, so I'll just plug in the first name and say, here's your report. Regarding where the email comes from, you can add your own custom email domain and your own email send from addresses here if you're on a scale or enterprise plan. By default for the teams on the free or engage plan, the email will come from our plymail.com email domain and from this address. As for who's getting the email, we know that this can be dynamically pulled in again from our interface, so we get the customer's address. The sender name can be from the team at my made up company, and if the user does reply, you can put your own email address here so they get directed to your inbox, meaning your customers still have an easy way to get in touch. That's the email step completely set up. Now if I test run this feature, putting in my email address, selecting the right options I want from my report, and I click download, in a matter of seconds, I get this personalized email straight to my inbox with that handy link. Hopefully that was a helpful introduction for sending emails with Ply. Why not give it a go yourself and start sending emails as part of your Ply features? Thanks for watching.